Well, hey, good morning. Got me, excuse me, you got me mid drink there. But let me ask you this question, and which is always a funny thing. Can I ask you a question? Well, you just asked the question, so let me ask you this question: why are you holding back? Why are you not living the full life that you should be living? Why have you not accomplished that which you should have accomplished by now? I think about several years back, I talked about getting my master's degree, and I kept making excuses why. I was tri-vocational. I was a youth director for a region in the Chicago area. I was a pastor, and I was a full-time worker. I was traveling all over, and I'm like, there's no way I can add one more thing. All these excuses, but I kept talking about it, and I knew it was a desire of mine. It was something I felt like I needed to do, not to validate who I am, but I think to be a better pastor. Knowledge is power, right? Knowledge and to understand that. And I kept making excuses, and finally it was that moment where I was like, you know what? It's time. I can't wait any longer. And in our reading today, Joshua asked the children of Israel, at least several tribes, the remaining tribes, he asked this question. So Joshua said to the people of Israel, how long will you put off going in to take possession of the land which the Lord, the God of your fathers, has given you? How long are you going to wait? He said, he's given it to you already. And see, they pitched their tents in this area, and they just kind of enjoyed living there. And they were afraid, they were worried, they were concerned. They recognized it was going to be an effort to go and take the land because, again, there's people there, so they have to war against people, drive out the inhabitants of the land. But they're sitting there, and they were okay. And Joshua was like, it's time for you to go. I want to talk to you this morning because I don't know who you are, but as I was reading that's what God was telling me. I needed to tell somebody today, stop waiting. Stop waiting. What are you waiting for? Why have you not taken over the land? Why have you not taken over and done what God has called you to? Some of you, it's time to take that new job on. Some of you, it's time to take on that new responsibility, to not wait any longer, to go and do what you know you're supposed to be doing. Stop waiting for the perfect time, right? The perfect scenario. Some of you, you know what? You're probably waiting for someone else to come and ask you something. No, if you feel like God has told you something, go take it. The hardest thing as a pastor, or one of the hardest things as a pastor, is to see individuals who have such potential in their life waiting for the perfect scenario to happen before they walk into that perfect that perfect situation in their life, before they take and do what they've been called to do. Let me just, as a senior pastor of Life Church at Easton, if you are a member of this church, or hey, if I even know who you are, understand, I'm saying to you right now, why are you waiting? Go now. Go and take over the land that God has given you. Go walk in the authority that God has given you. Go take the land. Go walk according to God's plans, God's purposes, and go and do what God has called you to do. Don't wait any longer.